episode of this show that we haven't yet named.
Indeed. I think we should just name it that. The show that we
haven't yet named?
Yes.
I don't think that's adequate.
It's not taken.
I think that's misleading.
I bet it's not taken.
I mean, it's probably not taken because it's nonsensical, you know?
I think it's perfect. It's like, it's ironic, you know?
Ironic?
Yeah.
How's it ironic?
Maybe it's not ironic. Maybe it's
Where's the irony?
Yeah.
I mean, we want to name it because, you know, we have a lot to talk about. It deserves a title so that people can cite it, people can share it.
Maybe we should call it Deserves a Title.
Deserves a title. And then that makes us sound undeserving of a title.
Oh my God. It deserves a title.
We're entitled to a title.
I'm entitled as fuck to a title.
So I don't think we have anything in mind right now, and it would be a waste of time to try to figure something out. But when we do figure something out, we're going to name all these that and then put it out as that. And then on the episode that we do figure it out, that'll be what
we'll
it is.
reveal it like a gender reveal.
It's not even going to be a reveal, though, because these episodes are going to be called whatever the name is. But we don't have that name right now. So it's like you're seeing this happen in real time. Us not knowing what the name is and eventually figuring it out and then just labeling the whole thing that.
Let's just call it Disney.
Disney Plus, the podcast. I mean, speaking of Disney Plus, we did watch all of WandaVision in one day.
We did.
One day. That's about 4.5, 5 hours of a TV show in one day. It was supposed to be my day off, but I worked a little bit and then I got off early. And I was like, you know what? My mom gave me her Disney Plus password. She told me to watch this. I'm obligated to watch this show.
Indeed.
And it wasn't just out of pure obligation, but I enjoy the Marvel movies and everything. And I've been hearing good things about the show. And you wanted to watch it too. So I was like, okay, if you come over, we'll just watch like an episode or two. And those first 2 episodes were like...
They were wacky.
They were, you know, like you couldn't really tell what was going on. You know, they're setting up something because there's like scenes. Like there's that one scene in the first one where the lady's like, "Stop it." Stop
yeah.
It. And the dude's like choking on some food or whatever.
I was like, whoa.
That's when you know they're setting something up.
Oh
it's not just going to be some wacky sitcom thing.
Yeah.
Because the commercials are kind of like it's a sitcom.
The commercials were wild. I was like, oh my gosh.
Like it's some kind of parody or spinoff of a Marvel movie. Or these Marvel characters, but it not very quickly because it takes 2 episodes, but after the first 2 episodes, then it starts to become something else. It starts to become this thing of like, okay, something deeper is going on, and then it really just grabbed onto us and didn't let us go for 5 hours. I don't even think we got up to use the bathroom.
Yeah, we was just there.
I made lunch and then I sat down and I ate my lunch and then sat down for the rest of it. And it was just like, are we really going to watch all these right now? But we did it.
We did
and
it.
it's not that it's like super amazing show, but the way they did it. I picked up my tea and I set it down because I'm like.
I like how they did it though. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was, you know, it's kind of like its own thing. It was really good. It definitely could have been worse. I feel like it was pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet people are complaining about it just because of how weird it was and how disjointed some parts of it seemed to me with this whole, like, was it SWORD?
Yeah.
The agency that was there. I'm like, okay, I guess SWORD is the Captain Marvel site. And I'm not going to even pretend to know half the stuff I'm talking about with Marvel. I've seen all the movies. I've seen everything except for all the TV shows. I didn't watch all of like
Agents
the
of
Netflix
S.H.I.E.L.D.
things.
is all right.
And I didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't see that.
I watched some of it.
Agent Carter, none of those. I didn't see any of those. But I saw all the movies. And I'm not going to pretend to know everything about it because I'm more of a DC person. Anyways, you know.
DC's only good for cartoons. Everyone knows that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Justice League is my joint, though. That's my show. You know what I'm saying?
Justice League. I like Batman, the animated series.
Batman does have good cartoons.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, who's your favorite Joker actor? Would you say?
It's Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
I think that's everyone's.
Really?
He was amazing. Those are my favorite Batman
I mean,
movies.
he's really good.
I love
Don't get me
how,
wrong.
like,
That was like the best. That was someone's best like individual interpretation of the Joker.
Yeah.
Because it's unlike anything.
That was so great.
Because you'll see comics or whatever that portray him as a maniac, as like an unhinged psychopath, and in different ways. Like in some he's tackier, and some he's like more brutal and less caring.
I mean, he killed a kid, so he's, you know what I'm saying?
In some things his smile looks painful, and others it looks like menacing, and others it looks like he's genuinely happy. And in that one, you know, he really he took his own, you know, turn at it and spun it on its head, and he was just like a psychopathic killer. It seemed like you were watching Law and Order the whole time you were watching this this Batman movie.
Dum, dum.
You could have heard that and you did. There's some parts of the movie where the music plays that sound effect because somebody died or whatever. You know, it's like, but my favorite is Mark Hamill.
What?
Mark Hamill, the voiceover, the
in
guy
the cartoons.
Yeah. He's in everything. He's in all the games. He's got the best voice. You know who Mark Hamill is? His little laugh. You know who he is?
It sounds familiar.
Mark Hamill. He's Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, like in the live action Star Wars. And he doesn't look anything like he looked in Star Wars because he was a young guy in Star Wars. And then I think and again, don't fact check me, but at some point between I think the 5th and the 6th episodes. Because you know how Star Wars works is they made the first 3 movies, where episodes 4 through 6. So they're still the old movies, but so between 5 and 6, I think he got in a motorcycle accident. And just messed up his face and everything, and it was like a whole big deal. And so he really looks not completely different, but he looks a lot different than he looked as a young dude.
Is that him in the new ones? In the new movies?
The old guy with the hood on who takes, and this is a big reveal. That's him. And he's always played the Joker in the Batman the animated series and the Justice League. As far as I know, he's been in the Justice League stuff. Everything animated, like 9 times out of 10, it's him or somebody trying to sound like him because it's that iconic.
Yeah, it's like
that's his like voice. It's like kind of British, kind of not British sounding. He's got this like really just creepy, scary laugh like this. He's got it down to a science.
I can't do it, but like I can hear it, you know.
I'm not gonna even try to do that shit because I'm gonna pee my pants trying to thinking about it. But my favorite video game series, so I'm kind of biased, but my favorite game series is the Batman Arkham games. I don't know if you've ever
like that one.
If you've ever seen anything,
dive down and beat people up.
Exactly. You jump on a building, you grapple hook up there on some gargoyles, and then dive down on some people and fuck their shit up.
I feel like it's right below the Spider-Man games. The Spider-Man games, you swing in, you see boom, blap, blap.
Exactly. I used to be on the GameCube playing Spider-Man 2. And those are just corny games, though. You know, like the animations, like he's immediately punching people, like. But the Batman games are like grittier, and it had the comic book style with the black outlines and everything, and the graphics were just amazing too. And the storyline, they didn't skip on the story either. You get to be introduced to all these different characters, like I was telling you about in this movie that we watched with the lady.
Yeah.
That one guy, the lawyer.
Yeah.
He played Zaz in the Harley Quinn movie. And I'm talking about I Care a Lot. This is this movie we just watched the day before we watched the entire WandaVision. But there's a guy in it who played Zaz in the Harley Quinn movie, the second Suicide. Well, it's not the second Suicide Squad, but it's like the Harley Quinn.
Did they do an actual second Suicide Squad?
They're doing it. It's filming.
Still working.
John Cena's going to be in it and a bunch of other people. But
I hope it's good.
Works. I don't think Will Smith's
It's unlikely. Oh, they took Will out. Will's dealing with things.
He's dealing with things.
Will's dealing with things.
I only know about Zaz. It was like I was telling you, he's this serial killer character that he like makes tally marks all over his body, and he's covered in these tally marks because it's he makes a mark for every person he kills.
It's like how Michael B. Jordan had the in Black Panther.
Yeah, but that's like a tattoo thing.
I thought it was somewhere like a poke. I don't know.
Then,
yeah, they're like bumps. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe they're burns to like.
It's something.
I don't know. But he's like, his big deal is like knives, and then I was introduced to him from the Batman games because he's in every single one of them as some like side mission thing. Where I know in Arkham City he's like on the payphones, so you'll hear a payphone and then you gotta go fly to it and then pick it up and he's like, "It's me, Batman. I'm waiting for you." And they're counting him up. You're taking too long or whatever. And then eventually you find him and fuck his shit up. But in that game you get, and starting with the Arkham Asylum, you get like these in-depth bios of all like the characters. And it's like a really cool way to like not read any comic books, but amass like a pretty sizable cursory knowledge of everything that's going on with all the different villains and all like the things. And then also there's like these vocal logs that you can collect and listen back to, like the voiceovers as their characters like talking about some shit that happened in their lives. And it's like really deep because they're supposed to be like logs between the doctors at the asylum and the villains. It's like they're like, "How was your childhood?" And then this villain would be like, "Well," Killer Croc would be like, "Well, I was a human." And it's not that corny or whatever, but that's pretty much how that game was for me.
Actually, pretty
collecting
crazy.
all these logs and then listening to them and be like, "Oh shit, he's like a regular person and he's crazy now."
I mean, if I turned into a fucking crocodile, he's probably from Florida, or is it Russia? Probably both. They got that damn crocodile shit. That shit wild.
Yes, sir. That would not be fun living in Florida.
I don't need to be doing all that. They doing a lot. I like water myself.
So that movie, I Care a Lot, we couldn't even watch it because of the way you hated this lady.
Bruh. It was so frustrating. It was so frustrating.
Kept cutting her off, saying
she got on my nerves. Yes, I wanted that bitch to die. Once I saw her, I was like, "Ooh, she gotta go." Oh my gosh, I'm mad about how long she lived. I was like, this bitch, oh my gosh, I was like, she not that tough. She can't hold her breath that long. That she needed to die. She was not that damn tough. She is, you know what I'm saying? And then her fucking vape, that bitch looked like a goddamn. That shit was big as fuck. That's the biggest vape I've ever seen in my life.
Vape was just
that shit was surreal.
Absurd.
Like,
it was
what
obnoxious.
are you doing? That shit was like
She's old too.
Half her fucking face, bruh.
If she was a young person, I get it. And if they really like expressed the setting, if this was like 4 years ago when that kind of vape was socially acceptable, then that would make sense because maybe she's trying to get off of cigarettes and this is like her e-cigarette.
I mean, I guess.
But for her to have this, and I can only describe it as a screwdriver because it had like this little
that
tiny
shit. Yes,
it had this
shit
little
was
pin
thick,
end.
Boy.
Yeah, it was like this huge like device that you need to like, I don't know, like.
I feel like it was detachable and it was also like a sex toy.
It looked like, and I don't know if you've ever seen Doctor Who, but it looked like his little thing that he uses to fix everything by like shining it on things, and it makes like a little
crazy.
Like no.
That's wild.
But she's putting it in her mouth at every like opportunity.
All the time.
Cutting people, because you know how like I was saying like in movies, it's cool to see a gritty, like person with inner conflict. They smoke, but they're like looking out for themselves, and in scenes where you can tell they're wrestling with something, they'll take a drag for a hit from a cigarette, and they got the fingers like there's this. If anybody does this, they know exactly what you mean.
But she's
got this big like I don't want to say phallic, but she's got this big tool. And so you need a toolbox for this.
You can't. You
I don't even know where she pulled it out of because half the time she's got a dress on.
Yeah.
I'm like, where is this coming from? Where were you hiding
her
this device?
You know what I'm saying?
That's keystering it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god.
But she found a way to take it out at every opportunity presented, and that was her, that and her being a lesbian were the two, were the two biggest distractions. And it's not that she was a lesbian, but it's because
they had the kissing at the most random moments. They literally every time they almost died. All right, people literally just came to kill us. Let's sit here and fucking make out. And I'm like, this isn't the time for that shit. What the fuck are you doing? If both of us almost died and we still in the same place where we almost died and you trying, I'm like, what the fuck is you? Nah, we gotta go. What you doing? What are you?
We just need to, make out for 10 minutes.
This isn't the fucking time. It's not the time for that. They could have put that in another fucking part of the movie. It could have been a separate thing. It would have been extra, but it wouldn't have been unnecessary. Like what the moments they were doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because like I was peeping like lesbian vibes from the start. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I feel like I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like that's some kind of mission thing. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
like
no,
they're trying
definitely.
I feel like it was extra, like it wasn't necessary for the story. Like it's not like it's a bad thing, but I feel like
no, not at all.
I feel like it was just like kind of extra, and they like they
exaggerated
myself, it.
You know, I'm always happy to see representation in the movies. Y'all catch on.
They exaggerated that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was too much. You know what I'm saying? It was too much. Like I wouldn't want to see it from like a straight couple neither. You know what I'm saying? If it was a straight couple, I'd be like, what the fuck are they doing?
If it made sense for the moment, then it would make sense.
Yes, but it didn't.
There's too much passion.
Like it was too much shit. If somebody comes, fam, if I almost died, the last thing I want to do is fucking like make out with like, didn't y'all both hardly breathing, but y'all got air to make out and shit? What the fuck? No, son, let's live. Let's get the fuck out of here. Wait, ain't nobody about to catch me lacking. You ain't about to catch me making out and shit, and then I die making out. That's not how I want to die. I want to die like Richard Pryor's dad. I want to die fucking. So yeah, I want to go. I'm going all the way. That's where my priorities are. I got them straight. I don't know. Probably not.
Straight. They're not
I'm fucking done.
I mean, I had a few problems with that movie. Not that it's a bad movie, but
I hate that. That bitch had to die. I was so mad that it took her so long to die. I was like,
you were mad that it took her so long.
Yeah, she died way late, and then her girlfriend. I want her girlfriend to die too. I did, but not as much as her. But she took too long to die. If she died earlier, I would have spared her girlfriend. But I wanted both of them to die. By the end of the movie, I wanted both of them. Like, it was just too much.
Her girlfriend was like, okay. You know, I was more annoyed by the main lady. And I don't even remember their... I think it was like...
Marla,
Grace.
And Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie.
She got so pissed when that one lady called her Frankie.
Yeah.
And what was that about? Did they have a past?
They didn't even explain it. Yeah. What the hell?
So that was my main thing about this movie. Is it felt like they were trying to like make too many moments feel significant without setting them up properly. And then I felt like they had so many moments that were significant that they just like were like, okay.
Yeah, they just let it go.
See ya.
Throw it by you. Oh, there it goes. Oh,
like the lawyer, I felt like that was a great character. Like they had a good thing going on. I liked them,
yeah.
And then they had like one hearing.
Yeah.
And then he's gone.
Yeah.
And they never... And then I guess he had a scene with Peter Dinklage too, who is the best.
I like that he was the dude in there.
He's
the best. I see you, Peter.
The best character in the whole movie is Peter Dinklage, no doubt. Because I mean, you could believe him being like menacing and being in charge of shit, and then he's sensitive and he wants to see his mom. That's
I was like, give that man his mama. I'm like, you like, boy,
these days with my mother are the most precious.
Yes.
Day.
Yes.
The way he like pauses and like his facial expressions, the whole thing is.
I loved it.
But and then he only had like 3 henchmen, 3 or 4 henchmen, 1 hench lady at one point who was also a scene stealer.
She was, oh my gosh, I love her. Hey, are you okay? It was so slick though. Oh my gosh, that was perfect. Got so excited. She was one of my favorite characters.
When Marla got tranquilized.
Yes, I was like, yes, get her. Hey, you
down, she's gonna
okay? Oh my
trickle in the
gosh.
dark.
Black.
Spoiler alert. The main character gets her shit rocked
Ooh.
and thrown into her own trunk.
Ooh.
And then that was pretty creative, the way they,
Yeah.
tried to make her death look.
Try to make it look realistic. Yeah, they
put
oh
the
my gosh,
alcohol in
that shit was surreal, bro. Oh my gosh. I was like, wow, that is fucking great. Like they're pros. I'm mad that she woke up. I don't think she really would have woke up. And then she was underwater for a minute and she didn't look strong enough to actually be able to like
What were they
kick
putting
that
in her
shit.
nose? Maybe I'm just stupid.
I don't know.
Is it some kind of like...
I figured they'd have drowned her lungs.
Because they like...
They should have drowned her lungs because they were going to push her in the water.
They put a lot of shit up her nose.
Yeah, they should have.
Like, this isn't Afrin. I don't know what they're doing.
I'm fucking dead.
Because, like, they used a little chloroform rag and then she like passed out. And then they were putting whatever, giving her an IV up her nostril.
They should have put bleach in. Well, no, just water. Water would have sufficed because they like threw her in the fucking.
There's a lot of bleach in her system. She's got vodka here, but there's a lot of bleach in there. I don't know where the disconnect is.
There's bleach and vodka.
But no, I mean, she eventually did die. How did you feel when she died?
I was happy.
And that's another thing is that
so happy.
I know that was the point, to be like, here's this character at the beginning, the guy who kills her. Spoiler alert, sorry y'all. Y'all should watch I recommend watching it. It's a fun watch. But the guy in the beginning is mad because he can't see his mom and she's like grifting him or grifting his mom. And then he just kind of pops up at the end. How does he know where she is taping and all this?
I guess she was on the news. He might have seen her. I don't know how it works. Is it live? Live news? I don't know.
I guess.
He might have just been following her. He was casing her out.
But that was just one of those instances of like, it just seemed really cheap. It seemed like a cheap.
I don't know, but like think about it. His mom died and he couldn't see her because she prevented him. You wouldn't follow somebody and find out where you catch them after church if you got to.
Also, that
you know
guy
what I'm
seemed
saying?
like the worst actor in the whole movie too.
He wasn't.
Like, hey, bitch! Hey, bitch! My mom died.
I'm mad.
Like
See,
or anything.
So if it was me, I'd have blot her. He shot her in her chest once. I'd have blot. She'd have got one in the head. The girlfriend would have caught one in the head. There'd have been multiple shots. The security cards would have got some in the head. Ain't nobody getting me. He just shot once. He still got a gun full of ammo and he letting people grab him. Blop, 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 blop. And then I'm dipping. You know what I'm saying?
At least they were accurate with the way he was apprehended. Like there was no like violent.
Oh my gosh!
They were
right.
like, very carefully made sure he didn't have the gun anymore, and then just kind of like carried him off. They didn't tackle his ass and handcuff him and shit. They're very good. Hey sir, put the gun down.
Sir, I know you're upset.
Come, I know you shot her. She's bleeding out now. It's okay. That's over. Just come with us. That was the only accurate part about the movie because if they were trying to be even more woke, because they had the lesbian part, they had Peter Dinklage. Well, that's not woke, but he was great. Yeah. And then, but if they were trying to be more woke, they probably would have shot him like 20 times and be like, see, like. I guess it is woke to have not shot him 50 times.
Just to show how it actually
is.
Oh gosh.
I like that one guy as the judge, the guy from.
Oh yeah,
he's pretty good.
He was being lied to whole time by Marla. You know what that means?
What?
I ain't gonna say it.
And the old lady too.
Which one?
She's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yo, she tried to choke old girl out. She was like, "Yo, you got me crossed, son. You got me crossed."
These Russian people
got me crossed, William mother.
Any Russian grandmas.
Right? She like, son, you sure. I'm done. Yeah. No, and then I was like, hold up. Her girlfriend was like good at investigating or something like that, cause she like took the little girl's identity or whatever. But I'm like, how you look this up? I just don't think that you really have those connections. You know what I'm saying? I just find it hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't really.
This lady just knew how to find everything.
Yeah,
like she cracked into every.
The Russian mafia is hiding information, but like you found it.
I can suspend my disbelief for WandaVision for that one lady, the astrophysicist.
Yeah.
Lady that you thought was Louise from Bob's Burgers, you know.
Oh
old
yeah,
voice
she
before.
sounded like her.
Her name's like Darcy in the movie, yeah. So or the show, Darcy. I can believe her hacking into everything because she's like supposed to be an
She
astrophysicist.
seems like it,
or
yeah.
whatever, you know. But this random lady off the street,
I was like, nah, Fran ain't got it. Franny ain't really
she
like
figured
that.
it out in 10 minutes, like
Hell
who he
nah.
is.
Franny ain't really like that. Now, what's his L&C, the driver? Now he really looked into that shit. He was
Yeah.
like, because
His life depended
yeah,
on
he was going.
he's about to die. Peter Dinklage is about to.
Bro,
kneecap
my
him.
man's was like, fuck. There, she said she moved. He was like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what the hell do I do? You
He's
know?
like, you didn't think to look into it, to ask any question.
I'd have figured they wouldn't give me
That's when he
no
knew he was
information.
dead,
No
when he
way.
had
Oh
to
my
figure it
gosh.
out.
Yes. Yes.
That's what like your mom does when you didn't do your homework and you're like, I didn't know how to do it.
Stop.
You didn't think to ask how to do it.
So I could get yelled at all night and still not know what I'm doing. Is it 2? And you had the 2? What does it give you? What does it?
Why are you asking me for help? You think I know this?
If you paid attention in class, you would know.
You would know this.
I'm done.
Ask questions.
No, earlier I was about to say something. I forgot. Must not have been important. And then I was like, whose mom am I?
Whose mom are you?
That's some mom stuff to say.
True.
Must not have
Must
been
not have
important.
The passive aggressive. I had more teachers say some shit like that than
I
my
wish
mom.
they would. You ain't get your little non-money making.
My mom doesn't say things like that, but what she does is like she'll just stop talking altogether.
Stop. I feel like that's worse.
Or like if I ask her what she said, she just won't even like respond to me.
She'll been listening.
She'll just
Oh
be,
my
like, ignoring
gosh,
me.
I know people like
But
that.
she doesn't say you should have been listening to that, which is even crazier to me
She
because
just-
it's
she
like
just
she
don't
just
say.
won't even respond.
Dang.
I'll be like, okay.
Dang.
I guess ultimately I wasn't supposed to hear whatever it was.
Oh my gosh.
So
Maybe
you never
not.
said anything.
She was trying to put you on. She's like, if you hear it, you hear it. If you don't, you don't. That's your problem in the end.
Yeah. So what happened with this guy today? You were telling me about the guy in the red.
The dude that was just staring at me? Yo. So, like, I don't like... I'm gonna start saying stuff. So, earlier, when I was talking about the judge being lied to, I was going to say, because sometimes white girls be lying. That's what I was going to say. I feel like that might be a little while. Not all, just sometimes. It's a thing. It's true. But yeah, so like I don't like when old white people stare at me because I don't know what they're. I feel like they get pleasure from seeing me work and shit. You know, makes them think of the old days or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like they
I
were
feel
alive.
like if I look down, he probably would have had a
Oh,
hard
yes,
on
boy.
or some shit.
I'm glad to see
I'm good.
some traditions are still well and alive.
You because he was just looking at me. I'm lifting the shit. He was looking at, just staring
So
like.
let's set it up. Apparently, this Lorenzo is working. He's hard at work.
Mm-hmm.
He's lifting some. What you had some drinks.
I'm lifting
some
boxes,
of drinks.
man. I'm squatting
So
down.
these are like boxes of like 24 bottles each of like these iced tea drinks. And
getting
things.
them on.
And he's lifting them onto a U-boat high vac vehicle to push somewhere else. And then this old guy walks up.
No,
What does he look like?
He just looks like an old white guy. You know what I'm
Old
saying?
white
He's
guy.
like mostly bald, has
Mostly
a little bit
bald,
of hair.
A little bit of hair.
He had like the khakis are kind of tan, huh? His pants are more like white and just like a red collar shirt, and like he had a little belly and hella wrinkles because he aged poorly.
He aged poorly.
He
Okay.
did.
All right.
Probably smoked cigarettes
Hella
or did
wrinkles.
meth.
So he's
or
a little
some
bald. Probably smoked cigarettes. He looked like he aged very poorly.
shit.
He had a belly. Very wrinkly, right? Did we cover that?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, he walks up on you and you turn around and you see him?
No,
Or
so like
you see him-
he's just standing there and he's like he's decently close, you know what I'm saying? He's just like a person away from me, you know, it's like me, another me, then there's him. He's like right there and he's just like staring at me. So I turn around and we're looking at each other's eyes. We making eye contact, we soul gazing and all that, you know. and he don't look away. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Maybe
so
he
I
liked what he saw.
bump that. So I turn around again. I go back to work, and then I turn around again. He's still looking at me. And then, so I walk down the aisle. I'm going up to the front. No, so first, so I just stopped. And I just stood there for a minute, seeing if he gonna look away. I'm like, maybe if I stop, you know what I'm saying? And then I get called to the front, so I walk up the aisle. And I'm walking up the aisle, and I turn around. He's still looking at me.
So you walked away thinking, okay, maybe he was looking through me, and then you confirmed he was tracking you.
Yes, because
So
I went from
that.
here to here, and my man's is like, I'm like, I know I'm cute, but like, chill, son.
Now we've just assassinated his character. Can we do some rehabilitation of it? Apparently, Andrew, our coworker, said that gentleman. Well, so we'll do a little bit of both. A little more assassination, a little more reparation. So on the good hand, on the good side, which is a bad juxtaposition, but on the good side, apparently he has cancer.
Cancer don't really make you weird.
Cancer, like the kind that would make you look old and extra white and extra bald, and
cancer don't make you weird.
He's probably like looking at things differently, looking at the world differently, And on the not bad, but on the other hand, he was an ex-cop.
He trying to get out me.
So there might have been a motive,
he was like, I'm about to steal his body. He trying to get out me.
So let's piece it together.
I better not see him tomorrow.
You got a bunch of different possibilities going on here. There's one where he could have been, trying to relive his old days, trying to.
I bet he was.
Survey his surroundings and make sure he's keeping the peace. Make sure nothing's afoot. It's not like we have uniforms, so I mean, what's he supposed to think? When he sees.
He's supposed to mind his business.
That's what you say. I think,
yeah, that's what he's supposed to do.
I think cops and ex-cops everywhere would agree to disagree.
Did you notice? I ain't know what to do.
That's fine. It's gonna happen just because I don't know how to change it.
Ooh, there it go right there.
So then, there's that, which is obviously negative. Positive, he sees you. You clearly don't have cancer. You're hard at work. You've got a lot of strength. Ex-cop, he probably had a lot of strength before he's been put through the ringer. You're spry. You're probably singing. You like to sing a lot.
I don't sing around certain individuals.
You're probably nervously singing. And he's like, man, what I would give, or what I would
to
give
take my body,
to take your body, take your place.
He's trying to get out me.
Have his life back.
He's gonna come back and try to offer me a blanket.
He was admiring you, not profiling you.
That's creepy.
That's creepy.
That's creepy.
On neither side is this good.
It's creepy. It's creepy.
I think.
What if I was a girl?
Admirer.
What if I was a girl?
Secret admirer.
What if I was a girl and he was just staring at me?
That's
Old
different.
men are weird and nasty and perverted.
Okay.
Yeah. Old men are
But
nasty.
you're not. So how is
you
it
don't
weird?
even know that.
I think you should just take the compliment. I think next time you see him, you owe him an apology for really assuming his intentions behind staring at you. And
you know what I'm gonna say when I see him?
I think you could make a new
I'm gonna be
friend.
like, I'm gonna walk up to him. I'll be like, hey, you even glance at me again, I'm gonna fuck you up, my guy.
To give you double cancer.
You thought your first cancer was bad. You ever had these hands, my boy? Because you don't want that.
No, I think you could stand to make a really good friend if you maybe.
I don't want to
extend
make
your
friends
hand in
with old
conversation.
men.
And friend in the force.
Ew.
Make some connections.
I mean, you're not wrong. I do kind of want to do that. I feel like it would help me.
You're
you
trying
know
to
what I'm
become
saying?
a corrections officer, so I mean, you got to get your foot in the door.
Oh golly.
You could start the conversation because he's going to stare at you again. This isn't the last time something like this is happening. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just next time when it does inevitably happen, just be like, hey, I know. I'm young. I'm not the same color as you. We can get along. I want to be friends.
That ain't up to me. He gave me weird vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just chilling.
I wouldn't know what to say. I probably wouldn't say anything, but I would probably look right back at him.
That's what I did.
But you say you looked at him, but did you like?
No, I looked at him for like a few seconds, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was waiting for him to turn. I was waiting for him to turn away, and he didn't turn away. So I turned back to work. And I looked back, and he was still looking. I'm like, wow.
He's too far gone. He's probably like drugged up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
I hope so.
Poor guy. That's all I have to say is poor guy.
I don't know what them cancer drugs are. I just know they do chemo. You lose your hair and shit. And I don't know.
He's losing his mind. Yeah.
I hope so.
It sucks.
Is that messed up?
Maybe. I don't know if it's brain cancer.
Oh, God. What if it's just like finger cancer? His left pinky finger.
He's got to lose all his hair just to save his finger. Because I cut my damn finger
I'd cut it off. Oh my gosh, that brings me to my next one. I was gonna say, what if it's dick cancer?
What if it's dick cancer? And that's
not even
we'll pick up next time because we've already gone over. What if it's dick cancer? Let's talk about from the top. Next time we're jumping right in on dick cancer and then whatever else is going on that week.
I love it.
We talk about getting our stimulus checks.
Yes, the stimmy automatic.
By then we should have them. Joey B signed that stimmy contract today. This is all so wrong. Like, nothing about what I'm saying is remotely.
I like that. Formal. Joey B. That's Joey dope. B
signed the stimmy.
That's dope.
And we should be getting that in a week or so. $1,400. It's nothing to turn your nose up at. So,
I mean, that shit gonna help me, boy.
I see some improvements here in the studio as a result of it. And then paychecks coming in, of course, on the 16th. So.
Well, that's in like 5 days, huh?
So it's like back to back, pretty much.
Ooh, the pizzy and the stimmy, same week. I need that.
Yes, sir.
I gotta pay rent eventually, I guess. Lord. I think.
All right, sir. It's good talking to you as always.
Indeed.
Hopefully next time we can come up with some names and then narrow it down and then eventually be able to title all these. Because right now it's just podcast 1, podcast 2, and there's no flair to that, you know. And then we'll have an intro song, something to get everybody motivated about.
A little thing, do a jig to.
A little jig to. Maybe we'll do some singing, some rapping, or instrumental. Either way, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right, sir.
I'm going to give y'all my my advice of the week. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot. That's
my advice of the week.
Your advice of the week.
If you eat weird sandwiches, that's cold, high key. You know what I'm saying? Cold sandwiches are weird. That's all I'm saying. Did I bitch that up?
From the beginning, from the top.
If you eat cold sandwiches, you weird. You gotta warm up your food. The only thing you should eat cold is like cereal, like and ice cream and stuff like and you know what I'm saying. But like, don't be eating no cold food. That's weird. We got technology. You better put that on the stove top, warm it up or something. I don't know. Warm your bread up. I got a toaster. I make PB&J. I don't toast it, but I warm it up a little in the toaster. And I put it on there. Because that's, you know what I'm saying? Cold food is just weird. Like, what am I don't know.
I feel like we should be holding hands in prayer as you're saying these because it's so moving. You know?
Thank you.
Warm your bread up, people.
Warm it up. Stop eating cold food.
Cold food is for the weak.
Exactly. Warm up your sandwiches.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
We out.